My name is Hector Caden. Yes, I am currently a second year student of Northern Caribbean University. I study religion and theology, and I am sharing with you tonight the signs of Jesus before Jesus comes, the signs that will take place. And there are three chapters that we are mainly going to focus on: Matthew chapter 24, Mark chapter 13, and also Luke chapter 21. You see here in these three chapters where Jesus' disciples they came to him, asking him the question that they want to know the signs of his coming. You can see in Matthew chapter 24, verse 1. It said, Then Jesus went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came up to show him the building of the temple. And Jesus said to them, Do you not see all these things? Surely I say to you, not one stone shall be left here upon another that shall not be thrown down. Yes, so in these few verses in Luke chapter 21, you can find these same verses in Luke chapter 21 verses 5 and 6. Yes. And in Matthew chapter 13, you can see that in verse 1 and 2. So you can see where Jesus is speaking about the destruction of Jerusalem. And now in verse 3 of Matthew chapter 24, it says, As he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the signs of your coming and of the end of the age? So here you can see where Jesus was telling them about the end that will come. And they want to know more. They want to know more about when will this thing come to pass. So they went and they asked him privately. You have here Peter, James, John, and Andrew, these four disciples. And I think it tells you that I think it's Matthew chapter 13. It will tell you that these are the four disciples. Let me just try to find it here. Mark chapter 13. Oh yes, in verse 3 it said, Now he sat on the Mount of Olives, opposing the temple. Peter, James, John, and Andrew asked him privately, Tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the signs of all these things will be fulfilled? So here you see that these four disciples, they want to know more. When will Jesus return? When will Jesus come back? When will be the destruction? Jesus was speaking about the destruction of Jerusalem. So they want to know, when will these things be? And Jesus, and it said in Mark chapter 13, verses 5, it say, and Jesus answered them, began to say, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many will come in my name, saying, I am he, and will deceive many. But when you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be troubled, for such thing must happen. But the end is not yet. For nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there will be war, and there will be earthquake, and in various places, and there will be famine and troubles, and they are the beginning of sorrows. So Jesus here is saying that when he says that these things are the beginning of sorrow. Jesus is saying that when you see these things, it's not yet the end, but it's the beginning of sorrow. The end is not yet. So when you see wars, rumors of wars, famine in the land, earthquake in various places, and we can see all of this today. We can see where different nation is riding against different nation, and in different places you have famine and trouble. But Jesus said the end is not yet. When you see these things, the end is not yet. But this is the beginning of sorrow. And he said in verse 9, but watch out for yourself, for they will deliver you up to council, and you will be beaten in the synagogue. You will be brought before rulers, kings, for my sake, for a testimony to them, that the gospel first must be preached to all nations. But when they arrest you and deliver you up, do not worry beforehand or premeditate what you will speak. But whatever is given to you in that hour, speak that, for it is not you who speak, but the Holy Spirit. No brother will be betrayed to death, and the father his child, and the child will raise up against his parents and cause them to be put to death. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake. But he who endures to the end shall be saved. Here again, you see Jesus is telling them, do not prepare beforehand. When you see all these things happening, they will deliver you up in the synagogues to the rulers.